Welcome back, Trader Troops. So I have an update on Polygon MATIC. Of course, I'm going to run you down through the technicals, tell you where I think it's going, where I think it's headed. Of course, if that sounds good to you, just make sure to smash up that like button and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss the latest and greatest cryptocurrency technical analysis on the dang internet. Also, just a reminder, we do have a 25% off discount off your first month of the Measuring Markets program, and that ends on January 1st. It's already one of the cheapest programs out there for what you're getting, 8 hours of content every single month. So if you want to take advantage of that deal, just feel free to check out the link in the description down below. And with that being said, let's get into the video because we actually do have some interesting things to talk about today. So let's start off on the weekly time frame because we do actually have a signal flashing here. If we take a look at the weekly RSI, we're going to see that we have officially now become overbought. Okay, I know it looks like we are not overbought anymore because you traditionally are taught that only if we are above 70 we are overbought, but the way that we use RSI is a little bit different. When we see RSI go above 70 and then come back down like we're seeing right now, that is when we begin to consider price to actually be overbought and beginning to need a little bit more of a pullback, or at least a little bit more time before another move higher. Now, the good thing about the RSI on MATIC is the fact that we have been making consistent higher highs and higher lows, and so I don't think that this is going to really cause any sort of massive collapse per se. I just think that this is a sign, at least on the weekly time frame, that we're going to need a little bit more time, a little more consolidation before another move higher, or maybe even a little bit of a pullback, a healthy pullback, before the next move higher. Now, when we drop down to the daily time frame, that is when the opportunity for some big gains are found. And speaking of big gains, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, KRONOS. KRONOS DAO is a decentralized reserve currency protocol on the Clayton blockchain that aims to build a crypto-native currency system independent of traditional fiat currencies. KRNO will function as a currency that is able to hold its purchasing power regardless of market volatility and become an infrastructure for a decentralized community, thus attracting more community participation in building a sustainable ecosystem on the Clayton chain. KRONOS is currently very early and is in its expansion phase, focusing on mass marketing, which you are seeing right here. It currently offers an 18 million % APY, but of course this varies greatly and you should never risk more than you are willing to lose, and this is not financial advice. So if you have some money laying around and you want to diversify your investments with a little bit of an exotic bet, feel free to check out this project. The link is in the description down below and go show them some love. So now, as far as MATIC is concerned, let's take a look at the daily time frame because I do really like the way MATIC is beginning to look. So the first thing that we have, of course, is this little bit of a top out. This is a short-term high that was created right after breaking the all-time high here back in May of this year. Still, we are not in 2022. Okay, we had that little bit of a short-term high, and of course we saw Bitcoin take a dump, which took MATIC along with it. But now we're beginning to see this level of support hold. Okay, this is a level of support that we had drawn out. It was a previous level of resistance due to these highs over here until, of course, we broke it. So now it has become support. We were looking for roughly $2.64 to hold, and that was this ABCD pattern that was broken. But of course, when you try to pinpoint exact prices, usually it does not hold, and that was my fault there. But now you take a look at the zone that we created, and this is why we always use the zones rather than exact prices. You can see that the bottom of this zone is now holding as support, which is a very, very good sign. Now, there is still a lot of momentum to the downside. As you can see, we had 2 days of just pretty much pure selling going on, so I wouldn't expect these sellers to be completely out of the market just yet. And there's also the possibility of a dead cat bounce in the works. So I wouldn't be too surprised if KRONOS ends up topping out again roughly at that ABCD pattern, which is $2.64. That is a level of resistance that we're going to want to be watching. So pretty much the top of this level of support should act as resistance, or possibly will act as a level of resistance. However, if we do end up topping out in this general area, the next level of support is going to be right back down at roughly around $2.25 down to around $2.05. And the great thing about these zones is that even if one does not hold, the first one does not hold, usually we have 2 or 3 marked out on the chart. Even if one does not hold, which this one may not hold, and if it does, great, because I already own MATIC. But even if this level does not hold, I believe it's going to be even more attractive in this $2.25 area, and I will be even adding to the position, looking for a target of roughly $3.36, So if we think about this investment or trade, whatever you want to call it, okay, right now we have about a 30% upside, and if we go lower down to around 225, I would expect this level to hold. If this first one does not, that is another 50% to the upside to our target of $3.36, which is a 127 Fibonacci extension of the previous swing that made that previous all-time high. So no matter how I look at this chart, I like it, and I will be buying and continuing to buy if we do dip. Okay, we are still creating higher highs and higher lows, and we are still creating ABCD patterns to the upside. All right, we are pretty much just doing one ABCD after another. And if we want to use an ABCD pattern of the most recent swing, okay, that would give us a target of, we just copy and paste that forward, that would give us a target of roughly $3.58 for that ABCD pattern. And that is, from current price, a target of roughly $38. And if we were to bottom out at this $2.25 level of support, that would give us a target of roughly about the same as the 127 extension of about $3.36. And that, we already discussed, is about a 50% increase in price. So I'm really liking MATIC. I think we still have a good push to come. If you enjoyed this video, just make sure to smash up that like button and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon if you're new so you never miss the latest and greatest cryptocurrency technical analysis. I do post in real time, so it's very easy to miss these videos. And if you made it all the way until the end, just make sure to comment Trader Troop down below, and that way I know you did watch this video all the way until the end and you are a real Trader Troop. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.